How y'all doing out there in video land? This Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, unboxing. Here we go. Let me see. Oh yeah. My Crew Carta Military 2. Crew Carta Military 2. Absolutely love it. Where's this one coming from? Oh yeah, Snaggletooth. Love it. One of my favorite companies. All right. SnaggleToothMF. Rob at SnaggleToothMF. And what is it for? Well, you can see it's a Snaggletooth, right? Snaggletooth Wave Feature. And what is it for? The Mayhem. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, it's time for this one to go back in the pocket. Time for that one to go back in the pocket. And it's time for the Mayhem. Oh yeah. I said this one needed one. I wasn't joking, people. Let's get busy. Let's take it apart. I'm gonna mess up my knife here. Mess a Loctite it. Trying to keep it from turning in my fingers. Gotta put a lot of pressure on it. I think we got it now. Am I turning it? Maybe I need to use this piece. So I can do it with my fingers, people. This piece right here so you can hold on to it. So it just doesn't turn your fingers like it was doing with me. Now I bet you I can take it off. No, I still need a screwdriver. I think they use a lot of Loctite on here. Careful, I'm gonna scratch my blade. Still feels like it's turning. Let's see. There we go. I can see it coming loose now. All right. Well, that was a bear to get off, people. That wasn't easy. That wasn't an easy peasy thing to get off there. Let's wipe this off real quick. Definitely think this one needs a Snaggletooth, though. I think it's going to be awesome with the Snaggletooth. All right, let's put a Snaggletooth on it. The Mayhem Snaggletooth. Let's see how like that. Oh yeah, it fits. You know what? I should put a little bit of Loctite on here. Let me do that first, people. I'm just going to squirt a little bit inside of the screw. I mean, the nut. Little bit of blue, and always use blue Loctite instead of the red Loctite, because one day you may want to take it apart. And that blue Loctite, I mean that red Loctite, boy, that stuff is like permanent. All right. Got two. Okay, now we should be able to use this. I'll make sure it's tight first. Huh? Okay. Okay, it's on there tight. There it is there. Oh yeah. Now it's Snaggletooth. Awesome. I sort of want to see something. That's pretty long. Trying to see if I can still use this one, but I can't. It's not long enough. No. So we will use this one. I can't do the reverse finger flick now, but I can snag it out in my pocket though. So now I've only got the thumb stud to open it, which is actually the easier way to open it, to tell you the truth. To open it like this, to me, is like the easiest way to open this knife because of the size of it. Because you open it this way, then you flip it over this way, and as you flip it over this way, the weight of the blade just comes out. So you don't really have to give it a whole lot of pressure. See how I did that? That's like the most natural way to do it. I still can reverse finger flip it, but I have to use a little bit of wrist now. Sort of don't like that because I don't like the way the grip feels. It feels like it wants to flip out my hand. One thing about this knife is it's real heavy, people. And so like if you're used to fidgeting with like lighter weight knives or, more EDC friendly knives or whatever, this one's very heavy. So I suggest that you give this one a lot of respect. And don't try to get too crazy with it too quick. I would suggest, taking your time with it and learning how to manipulate it very slowly. Don't try to do it too fast. One thing I do notice about this one, I must say I don't really care for. Let me put all this stuff away so I don't lose it. I always keep all my parts in case I ever want to turn it back to its original way. This one's gonna always, I'm not gonna turn it back. It's gonna keep the Snaggletooth on as long as I own it. I like Snaggletooth, people, especially on bigger knives like this. It's nice to have a Snaggletooth when you pull it out your pocket. Otherwise, it's kind of a slow draw. And if you want to have a fast draw, I suggest getting a Snaggletooth. I'll do another little video where I test out the drawing on it. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I like this one because it just looks badass. I used to like pirate movies when I was a kid. How about you guys? And when you're in my age group in the 60s, when you were a little kid, they had either like Westerns or Batman and Robin, and then they had like that lot of pirate stuff. I, me, bucko, shipmates forever. Or spy movies like James Bond, Goldfinger. I love it. All right, people. I'm gonna stop this one right here. And I'm gonna do a video of it drawing it out my pocket. See what it's like to draw it out my pocket. You're seeing everything as I'm learning about it, people. Seeing everything as I learn about it. I carried this one yesterday, and it is heavy, but it does conceal really nicely. It does conceal very nicely in my pocket. But it is a heavy knife, people. So it's probably not one I would want to EDC all the time. Because I have other knives that are like the same size that are a lot lighter. And I actually like them because they're really fast in hand. This is not a knife that's like really fast in hand, at least not with me yet. I have to get used to the weight of it, the size of it. It's actually a little bit blade heavy. Watch this. I'm going to drop the knife. See, that's the front finger choil. To me, a good balance knife at the front finger, not finger choil, but finger groove, the front finger groove, it should balance out 50-50. That's usually when the knives are easy to manipulate in your hand. This one is almost there because it's like right in front of the finger groove. It balances out. So it's not super bad. The balance on it's not super bad, but it's not perfect. It doesn't have perfect balance. But I love it though. I just love this knife. I like the way it looks. I've heard people say it's ugly and stuff. I think it's badass. I think it's a badass blade, but it is a big blade and it's a heavy blade. And it looks as heavy as it's as heavy as it looks. It looks like a heavy knife. It is a heavy knife, people. This is not for the faint at heart. As Arnold Schwarzenegger would say, it's not for the girly men. If you're a big, strong dude with big hands, this is perfect. This is a knife for you, people. The only other little gripe I got about it is like this grip right here. When you grip it like this, you can see where I'm gripping at. When you hold it in the forward grip, you're all in the lock bar. But that's a plus and a minus. The minus is that it doesn't feel that good. The plus is that this lock bar can't go backwards. So that means like you're assisting it, assisting the lock. It's like you're doing a secondary lock to the lock bar. I sort of like that, but it's not comfortable. I don't know if Cold Steel can, do this lock bar a little bit differently where they can make it a little bit more comfortable or something. I don't want to mess with this one because I like it the way it is. I've been thinking about polishing it out though, because like the liners and stuff look like they need to be polished out and to match the blade. But it's a beautiful knife. The craftsmanship of it, the grinds, the way that the grinds are all done, they're all perfect, perfectly straight. It's a beautiful blade. That's why I feel like the S35VM one too. But is it a run that you want to really carry, or is it one that you just want to collect? That is the question. I want to carry it, but it's so damn heavy. It actually conceals okay. I don't have a grapple with the way that it conceals, but it is a heavy knife. And when you have a flat posterior portion of your physical anatomy, like myself, it'll pull your pants down. Unless you're wearing suspenders. I don't like to wear suspenders. It's an awesome blade, people. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. If they still got it for going for $135 at Midway USA, I think it's, if you're a Cold Steel person, this is one that you should have in your collection. It's like a Spada XL or a Raja 2, or for some people like maybe the Demco 5 Max, people that don't want to use it. I use mine. My Demco 5 Max goes in my bug out bag, along with my Magna Cut Free Ring, Demco Free Ring. Those are my 2 bug out knives. And I have another bag, and that has one of my 4 Max Scouts in it, and it has the AK-47 in it. The Cold Steel field knife, AK-47, Demco AK-47. AK-47 field knife. Absolutely love these people. I think it's awesome. I'm glad Cold Steel made it. I'm glad GSM Cold Steel is venturing off and trying new things and trying new lock types. I hope they never get rid of the Triad. I think that'd be a stupid move. Never get rid of the Triad, and they should come out with some new Triad knives too. Because it gets kind of old buying the same knife over and over again, even if because they changed the steel or something. But I got a lot of, Taiwans. I got a lot of, the same knives, just with different steels or different finishes and different colors. But be nice for. Oh, did I tell you guys that these are all skeletonized? These handles, these stainless steel liners, they're all completely skeletonized. And the G10 is not super thick on it, but it's a super rigid knife. You can't flex these handles. The liners look like they're about a millimeter thick. They look like a little bit over a millimeter thick. Fairly thick stainless steel liners, but they're very skeletonized all the way through. So I think most of the weight on this one comes from the blade itself. This blade is really wide. It's a 3.7 millimeter thick blade, I think it was when we measured it. And it's a 6-inch blade. So it's a saber flat ground blade. It's not a hollow ground blade. So this is going to be a heavy blade by itself. This is the part that you see out here. Then you got all the blade tang back here. Yeah, as you can see, the liners. I don't think all the weight's coming from the liners. I don't know what the backspacer is made out of. Because the backspacer might be G10. I'm not sure if it's aluminum. I think this one might be G10. I think, because it feels warm to the touch. I always like to touch things to my lip, my lower lip. And if it feels cold, it's usually a metal. And if it's warm, it's usually something like, G10 or a plastic or something else. But If this was aluminum, I would polish this backspacer and polish the liners and polish the lock bar and polish the spine of the blade. And maybe this part of the blade too. Because the blade's completely polished. The blade's all the way polished, but I wouldn't want to mess with the markings. Because I wouldn't want the markings to fade. So I wouldn't highly polish this part of the blade. Maybe this part of the blade and this part. And along here, along the spine. And the lock bar. And the liners. It'd be really cool if this backspacer was aluminum, because I'd like to polish that too, but I don't think it's aluminum. I think it's probably a G10 or something. That's a beautiful knife. I sort of want to customize it, people. You know me. You know how I am. I want to customize it. I love it. I think this kind of knife is just fun to own. This is one of those kind of knives that if you're a knife person like me, it's not a knife that I'm going to carry around the city or anything like that. I'm not doing that, people. I might take it on some motorcycle rides or something like that, but it's not a city knife. It's not like, you know, one I would carry around as a pocket knife or as an EDC knife or something like that. No. This is a special occasion knife. It goes with you on special occasions, like when you're going on a long motorcycle ride or something like that, and you just like having a big folder just in case whatever may happen. Because you always hope for the best, but always be prepared for the worst. That's the way I roll. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. You know, I love it like I love the Raja. I love it like I love the 5 Max. I love it like I love the Spada XL. It's like in that category to me. It's like in the mega folder category. The extra large. Even though it's not an extra large knife, it's an extra heavy knife. That's for sure. All right, people. Well, there it is there. I'm going to make a little short video testing out the Snaggletooth. Peace out, Stiletto. Hope everybody's having a great day.